There you go. That's what we're working with. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Nate here with Murray Farm and Ranch, coming back to you today with our third video on our series of elk burgers. I hope you guys have enjoyed our videos as much as we've enjoyed eating these burgers. They have been absolutely delicious. I feel like elk is so versatile. There's something for everyone. That you can tweak these things a little bit so that everyone will enjoy it. Today we're going to do a take on old favorite, which is the mushroom and Swiss burger. And we're really going to try to make the mushrooms be the star of the show on this thing. Of course, our patties are going to be just awesome, but we're gonna saute some portobello mushrooms. They're going to bring some just bang up flavor to the burgers. So I want to show you guys kind of what we're going to get started. So we have the first thing we're going to do is we're going to season our elk patties. These are going to be, this is 2 pounds of lean elk burger. And we're going to start it just the same way that we started the other 2 burgers. We've got some sauteed, a half of a small white onion, 3 garlic cloves, and 2 shallots in half of a stick of butter. We've sauteed this, we've let it cool down. The butter is still liquid, but this is cooled down to the point where it's not going to start to cook our meat. This is going to add that much needed fat that our burgers need because of this lean elk meat. So we're going to go ahead and just, oh man, pour that goodness right into the pan. Get everything in there. And then for our seasoning today, we've got 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt, half of a teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon basil leaf, and a 1/4 teaspoon of chopped parsley. So we're going to go ahead and just dump that right straight in. And so we're going to mix this. We're going to mix this in, and we're going to really get this to a uniform, we're going to get our seasoning all distributed, get it nice and uniform, and we'll form our patties. Again, we're going to do 1/3 pound patties. That's going to keep them where they're thick, but they're not going to be too thick that we can't cook them to the appropriate temperature without difficulty. So we really want to make the mushrooms the star of the show on this thing. This mushroom and Swiss burger is just going to be absolutely delicious. One tip is use a good mushroom. Button mushrooms are great, but they don't carry a lot of flavor. These portobellos have a deep, earthy flavor, and they're going to add a lot of richness to the dish. So we are going to use portobellos on this. What I've got is half of a stick of butter that has melted. I've got it over about medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and add my mushrooms, and I'm going to let these cook for probably 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to let them kind of cook down, get a little bit soft, and then we're going to add another couple of ingredients, and then we're just going to forget about them. We're going to let them cook for probably 45 minutes to an hour. Just simmer in this concoction. It's going to soak up a lot of flavor. It's going to be excellent on our burgers. Back with our mushrooms, they've reduced probably by at least a half and maybe more. They've cooked down. They've been cooking over a medium heat in this butter for about 10 minutes. They've reduced down and they're just kind of simmering now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add some more ingredients. So we have 1 cup of bone broth. This is beef bone broth. So we're going to add that in. We have half a cup of Merlot red wine. And this may be the most important tip of all. Anytime you're cooking with wine, make sure that you have a wine that you can drink. If you don't want to drink your red wine, you shouldn't cook with it. And lastly, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of garlic powder in. We're going to set this back on a simmer and we're just going to let it cook. And we're going to let that liquid cook down. So these mushrooms have been cooking for about an hour and a half. And they are a really rich, dark color. All that liquid has cooked out. There's a little bit of butter still in. So this is what you're looking for at the end. This is what you want your mushrooms to look like. Basically, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these off the heat. I'm just gonna let them set, and we're gonna get ready to put the burgers on. All right, so we're gonna get these burgers on the fire. It's getting dark. Sorry about the light quality, but we're gonna go ahead and get these on. We've got our charcoals hot. These only need about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and that's gonna give a good medium well burger. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get them on. We've got about 1 minute left on these burgers, so we're gonna drop our cheese on there. But on these burgers, we're doing, since these are mushroom Swiss burgers, we're gonna put our mushrooms on now. We're gonna go ahead and layer this mushroom on. And we'll let that, the cheese melt over these mushrooms. So you want to do this about 1 minute before your burgers are ready to come off the grill. That's about the amount of time that it's going to take for this cheese to melt and really cover your burgers nicely. So we're going to get this burger put together. I want to show you guys how I'm going to do it. We've got our bun toasted. If you're not toasting your buns, you're not doing it right. So go ahead, get your patty on. Now, we're going to keep these very simple. We've got our elk burger. Our mushrooms are melted in with the Swiss cheese. We're going to do a layer of tomato. And then we want some good fancy mayo. We're going to layer that on real nice and thick. This is going to give you some just amazing flavor. There you go. That's what we're working with. So Dad, he's fixing to get a bite of this big old mushroom Swiss burger.
First bite.
First bite.
You were such a good boy.
Yummy.
Yummy? Good?
Very good.
All right.
Glad I came.
Glad you came. Price is right, isn't it?
Yeah, price right.
Price is right.